Howdy guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to go over my 2020 goals and then look ahead to 2021. Just for context, I am self-employed. I work for myself on my own business, and that's not YouTube though. Like, that's part of it, but I'm also engaged and my fiance is out of the country in the military, so that kind of plays into a lot of that. My first goal for 2020 was to pay off my debt. So I started a couple years ago with around $12,000 in debt, which is not a lot. I do recognize that, but it was kind of difficult for me to pay that off just in the way that I had gained it, and I was able to pay that off in November. So I'm super happy about that. I had some good luck with my business. Ended up being able to sell something that was a hot commodity this past year, so I made quite a bit from that and was able to completely pay off the rest of my debt. But not like, I didn't make that much, like not much beyond that. Like, my debt's paid off, I have a little bit in savings, and that's like, I'm not like, you know, filthy rich over here or anything. And I wanted to save at least $5,000 for expenses and then quit my day job to work on my business by June. So I actually did this in March. Well, I didn't end up saving the $5,000 first. So I don't know, I personally don't think this was a coincidence, but I put in my notice at my day job. I worked at a craft store in the fabric section, and I put in my notice at the end of February, and my last day was March, I want to say March like 6th or 7th, whenever that Friday was that like everything started to shut down. And I was like, I had no clue, obviously, that was going to happen because I put in my notice 2 weeks prior. And, you know, like, we knew that the virus was a thing, but, like, we were just all kind of washing our hands at that point. And, like, you know, we didn't know that everything was going to shut down. So anyways, but that was when my fiance enlisted in the military, like, officially, and he left for basic training in late March, I think. I'm trying to remember when it was. My reasoning for that was I wanted to be, like, kind of established on my own, being self-employed while he was in training, so that way when he got out and we moved to wherever he was going, then I would be able to support myself and not have to worry about trying to find a job on the base or in the surrounding area. And I had already had the business started anyways, I just didn't really put that much time and effort into it. My next goal was to get monetized on YouTube and start vlogs. Well, like I said, I didn't know that this was going to happen and I'd be stuck at home all the time. I thought maybe we'd be traveling by now, because under normal circumstances he would have been out of training several months earlier than he was. He just got to his base a month ago, so like we would have been, you know, at his station for a couple months by now if everything had gone the way it was supposed to. So I thought that I would vlog that process. Well, the process hasn't started yet. But as of now, I'm still not monetized on YouTube. I am gaining traction though, which is really like encouraging. You have to have 4,000 hours of watch time, and I sat around like 800 hours forever, and now I'm at like 1,400. So I'm slowly climbing there. My next goal was to make daily devotions a priority. So I kind of, for most of the year, I'll say that I did this, and I can definitely tell a difference like in my mood and feeling and everything when I laid off of that, or like just kind of tried to forget about it or got lazy or whatever. Like, I had no excuse because I was home all the time, you know. So like kind of did that one, not like 100%. And my next one was to do a modified no-buy, or a no-buy is basically where it's mostly in relation to makeup, where you just don't buy new stuff and try to use what you have. And that didn't work out. I spent quite a bit, if you haven't seen my last video. But I wanted to do a lot more with makeup stuff, like grow my YouTube channel and grow my Instagram, and I noticed that a lot of my makeup was from either brands that I didn't want to support anymore, or was getting old, because I didn't really buy anything new in 2019 because I didn't really wear much makeup in 2019. And everything was kind of old, getting old, and so I just decluttered a bunch of stuff, and I guess didn't intentionally like rebuy everything, but that's kind of what happened. But I did get to try a few small businesses that sold makeup, and a lot of Black-owned businesses as well. And that video is coming, by the way. I'm working on it. So this next one was about my business. So I wanted to get my business to 5 figures, which doesn't seem like a lot, but it was to me. And I had tried to do that the year before, but I was working full time, and I did a lot of things with my job out of state, and basically took my time away for, let's say, like a total of 2 months maybe out of the year, and it just kind of put a stop to a lot of my business growth. And so I tried again last year to hit 5 figures, and I did that. I ended the year with about $20,000 of revenue. So that's just revenue. Like, my profit was not that much, but it was enough to pay off my debt and live off of. So that's a plus. But it's still not enough to, at least at that point, it wasn't enough to replace like an actual full-time job. I'm thankful that I'm staying with my parents and don't have that many bills, especially now that my debt's paid off. So I'm working on that for next year, so I'll talk about that when I get to the next section. Then I wanted to do at least one craft show per month. I did a few, but definitely not one per month. There's no way. So there were a few that I was able to do, like with the local farmers market, and it was all like socially distanced and masks were suggested, but the vast majority of people wore masks. I was able to do one larger craft show in October, which was a little sketchy because it was like really, really big. Like the farmers market thing was kind of small. There might have been 100 people, but the other one was like thousands, and about maybe 60% or so of the people were wearing masks, so I was kind of nervous. But I made quite a bit of money and I didn't catch the virus, so I guess it worked out. And I wanted to open 3 more wholesale accounts. So with my business, I am like set up to be able to wholesale it to other people. So even though everything is handmade, I am able to offer a bulk discount for people who want to sell it in their store. And I had one from the year previous that they actually reordered for me this year, which was nice. And I got 1 more this year. I didn't get 3 more. I was planning on like reaching out to stores to see if they wanted to sell my stuff, but I was like, well, if the stores are like closed, you know, like I don't think they would want to be taking on new inventory, so I just didn't even ask anybody. But one of my friends started a business and she wanted to carry some of my stuff, so we set that up, and I just finished sending the order today. So just one wholesale account, but that's fine. And I wanted to set up 3 new product lines with my business, and I did that actually. So the first one was face masks. That's the reason that I was able to pay off my debt and make that much income. And also something that was huge for a while because of the toilet paper situation was cloth wipes, because people were stores were out of toilet paper, so then like adults and people who didn't need baby wipes were buying all the baby wipes. So a lot of people bought my cloth wipes to use as baby wipes, which is kind of what they're for, but I sold a ton of those. And then I made the biodegradable scrunchies, so I don't have one with me. I think there's some over there on that table. But I made scrunchies with this biodegradable, like natural rubber elastic instead of like that fake plasticky elastic stuff. And then I made spork and straw pouches. So I have those reusable like bamboo sporks, and I also have pouches for those and pouches for reusable like metal straws. So those were a pretty big success. I've sold quite a few of those. The scrunchies are they're kind of taken off, but not as much as like the masks and the straw pouches. And then I wanted to learn sign language, which didn't happen and wasn't useful for me this year anyways. So at my last job, we had quite a few people who come in and would sign to us, and I'm like, I can kind of sort of know like what they're trying to communicate, but that was difficult. So I wanted to learn sign language to communicate with a few regular customers. Well, I haven't even been in public much at all this year, so it hasn't been useful, but maybe it will be one day. And then my last one, I put that I wanted to exercise 2 days a week. I thought that was being modest, and I was like, oh, I can do 2 days a week, that's fine. So I have a notebook where I wrote down the day and like how many reps of each thing that I did, and I did it for 5 days total. So overall, I think I did fairly well considering the circumstances. So for 2021, my first goal, like that's been driving me insane, is that I want us to get married and like we can actually move in together, because this was supposed to happen like 6 months ago and we have no clue when it's going to be, because he can't leave the base because they're shut down, and I can't go there because they're shut down. So like even if because I kind of planned on like going to the area, like the army can't stop me from going to this country, but the base can stop me from coming in, so it would kind of be pointless to try to go there, you know what I mean? So hopefully, which now he's saying that he needs the vaccine and I need the vaccine to come in, but I'm like last on the list for the vaccine, so yeah. Which, no comments about that, please, like, just, no. It's not the point of this video. That is one of my goals, though, is to get that so that we can just get a move on. It's not like I'm trying to hurry up, you know, we've been planning this forever, and it's like I'm just kind of waiting here. Not really, like, there's a lot of things that I've wanted to do, but I'm trying to, like, kind of putting them off because I don't want to, I don't know how to explain it. Like, there's a lot of things with the business and stuff that I've kind of slowed down or stopped because I'm anticipating us moving, and I'm like, how much longer am I going to, like, do this? Because I don't want to just go full speed, like, buy a bunch of stuff for the business and try to expand when I'm going to have to shut it down. I don't know. I want to talk about that a little bit in a minute too. So, and then my next goal is I want for combined revenue from my existing business and one that I am getting ready to start in like a couple weeks. I want to make what do I want to say? Yeah, I want to make 100,000 combined revenue from both of those, which seems like a lot, but I think it's doable. And that's not going to be 100,000 in my pocket either. Like, probably 25,000 is going to go to taxes, and a bunch of others going to go to like transaction fees and all that stuff. Then for the next one, for the third year in a row, I'm going to try to get monetized on YouTube. I was monetized like forever ago, then they changed the rules, and now I'm not. I probably would have had quite a chunk of change in my account if I had been monetized, like, for this entire time. Because if the thing is, if you're not monetized, it's kind of like working against you, because YouTube promotes the people that are monetized because, like, they want to show content that they can put ads on, which now they've changed that, and they're putting ads on people who aren't monetized, which is kind of crappy to me. It's like we're not getting a cut from it if we're not monetized. So anyways, hopefully that will happen soon. I am like halfway there. This past year I've done a lot of work like rebranding my channel, because I hadn't realized that I didn't update my channel, like the channel page, in years. Like, it had my old website on it. It had a bunch of old stuff like that I didn't really do anymore, and like old playlists. And actually a lot of the playlists that I thought were like private, which they weren't like bad or anything, but a lot of the playlists that I thought were private were not private anymore, and I didn't know that, so got that fixed. I redid my channel banner and my like about section and like rearranged some things, so it should be a lot better now. I wonder how many like subscribers that I lost because of my channel was like kind of a wreck. Then I want to get Instagram and YouTube to 5,000 subscribers or followers on both. I feel weird talking about this, but like, it's a goal. Like, I would use my personal, like this YouTube and Instagram account, like associated with my makeup stuff, to promote my other business, because it kind of sort of relates. Just like now I use it sometimes to promote my other business, cruelty-free stitchery. Then with the moving and businesses and everything, I want to dissolve my sewing business, cruelty-free stitchery, and replace that income with the new business and with creating content like YouTube and Instagram. My blog as well. So I've tried, I don't know what's going on with my blog. I've tried to get Google ads on it forever, and they keep denying me because I don't have enough content, but I have content, so I don't know what's going on. Hopefully, once I get more posts on there, they can get it like approved. I kind of want to redo it as well. Like, I just kind of threw up a like 2008-ish vibes layout, and I don't really like it, but I also don't know what direction I want to go, so I have to think about that. But like I said, I want to make 100K from combined revenue from everything, so I need to get like some ads or something going here. And then along with my like no buy, low buy / like empties challenges for makeup and stuff, I want to stick to my $200 a month spending budget. I'm kind of modifying this from what I talked about in my Project Pan video. I had to think of what it was called. But I wanted to, just for like makeup and beauty, I only want to place 2 orders a month maximum, with a maximum of $100 per order or $200 a month. But I'm extending that $200 a month to include anything non-essential to me, like not food or gas or bills, basically. So that includes like makeup, beauty, clothes, that kind of thing, which is fairly generous. That would be $2,400 for the whole year. But I am still want to like sometimes buy new makeup to review and stuff like that, and new clothes, because I know myself and I know like if I'm starting to like be on track for that 100,000, I'm gonna like want to spend it. So I need to get ahead of it. And something else that I've been looking into recently was I want to invest in stocks and cryptocurrency like on a monthly basis. So right now, like I had $100 worth of Bitcoin in like 2017, and it's like doubled now. So, and Bitcoin just keeps going up and up and up. So I'm going to, right now I'm waiting for it to dip just a little bit so I can buy some and then like just keep it growing and see how far it goes. And I want to finish cleaning out and decluttering everything. So I'll have to declutter and get rid of a ton of stuff before we go, because I may or may not only be able to take just a few suitcases. I don't think they're going to pay for me to like actually move and like get my stuff over there. So it'll be cheaper if I just bring like whatever I can carry on the plane, and that's it. So I need to really like focus on decluttering and selling stuff and getting rid of a lot of things. And I tried to do that last year, but it was kind of disheartening because I didn't really feel motivated, because I was like, well, we're never going to be able to see each other again. So yeah, that was, yeah. And the last thing is kind of more lighthearted. So I want to make myself 5 pieces of clothing. So when I worked at the fabric department, I bought a lot of fabric and like sewing patterns. I know how to make stuff, I know how to sew, I know how to make my own clothes, but I just haven't had the time and sit down, because I kind of feel guilty about doing stuff like that, because I use my sewing machine for work, and I feel guilty like just laying stuff like on the table that's not related to work. So I need to get over that and make some stuff and get that fabric out of my, possession, like, and make something with it instead of it just sitting there, and make myself some clothes while I'm at it. So I know this was kind of rambly, but that was my goals for 2021. And I am super happy that I was able to accomplish quite a few things in 2020, despite the circumstances, obviously. So if you made it this far, click up here to watch my most recent video, or click up here to watch another video that I think you might like. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss seeing my face in your subscription box every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Links to my social media, my business, and my blog will be in the description box below, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Bye.